Hi everyone, it's James here from Pro Tools Expert, back with another gear review. This time another one of the new plugins in Universal Audio's 9.5 software release. This is the rather stunning ADA Flanger. It looks quite a simple beast, but trust me, there is power underneath that hood. So let's have a quick look up close and personal on the GUI, and then let's dive in and get down and dirty with some noises. So first of all, there are two models. There's the slightly grainy, slightly grungy, slightly beaten up 1979, and then there's the 2009 reissue. As you'll hear, 1979. 2009. Slightly brighter, slightly zingier, just a bit cleaner, not quite so lo-fi. Of course, it being a pedal recreation, we have the pedal. Then we have all the stuff that was available in the original pedal. The threshold, manual, range, speed, and enhance controls. And then along the top, we have the selector between the even and odd harmonics, 2 level ranges, a stereo or mono setting. It's set to stereo at the moment because I'm using a stereo output from my Apollo Twin. We then have a function that wasn't available on the original, and that's DAW sync. So you can sync to the tempo of your DAW, or in this case, the tempo of my Apollo session. And along the top, we have some rather lovely stuff. We have a saturation control, a mix knob, and a noise gate. Very, very handy. Now, we could dive through presets, and that's great, but I've just been messing around with this thing, and it sounds absolutely awesome. So I kind of like my flangers delicate and kind of gentle. So hence something like this is right up my street. However, we can wind things up a bit. Too much. Let's flick it over to the even harmonics. Now, one of my favourite features is the threshold. Now, at the moment, the flange is going to go all the way until the signal dies or goes into noise or is cut off by the noise gate. If I bring back the threshold, it kills the effect when the signal gets below a certain level. So really nice. I like that a lot. Obviously, the manual, range, and speed settings are pretty much obvious. Speed, range, and these three kind of cumulatively make our mix setting. And the last one that's quite interesting is the enhance. Ever so slightly crazy. Put it on odd harmonics. It's a bit far-fetched for me. Let's bring the range down. Now it becomes usable. Now, I can't say for certain, but I'm fairly convinced that Dave Gilmour from Pink Floyd has had one of these because it certainly lends itself to an awful lot of Pink Floyd-esque sounds. It just sounds great. If I kick that into 79 mode. Sometimes I prefer 79, sometimes 2009. I'm not sure, but it's got something. It's something very, very cool about it. Now, what's really interesting is when you blend some gentle flanging in with some delay, you get some really lovely effects. I'm using the delay that's built into the Buxom Betty Friedman amp, another one of the 9.5 releases. So now we've got... And again, we've messed with that odd harmonic setting, a bit more speed, slightly lower range, a bit more enhance. We then end up with... Now, of course, I've used this on guitar. I'm a guitar player, but there's no reason to say you couldn't use this in a mix on a drum track or on some funky clav keyboards or on pretty much anything where you want that kind of real retro 70s-esque vibe. It's a very, very cool plugin. I like it very much. I can see this being used by me a great deal on guitar tracks, on keyboard parts, to make things a bit more stereo, a bit more interesting, and a bit more retro vintage 70s lush. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. My name's James Ivey, and I'll see you again very soon for some more gear talk.